Snipers here, back for another update. Let's take a look at Flare over here, and I'm very bullish on Flare. I'm going to show you why I'm bullish. So let's go to Flare here on the BitTrue chart, and the reason we're going to go on the BitTrue chart is just so we can get a better understanding of the macro perspective. I know BitTrue, it was an IOU, but it's still following the fibs perfectly. So if we take a fib all the way from the last all-time high down to the low over here, take a look at the fibs, we can see that the 50% is right here at 0.13. 61.8% fib is at around 26 cents, and then the 702 is at 41 cents. You would want to be aiming for these three levels over here to take profit, and then save a little bit on the side just in case it goes up to the higher fibs over here. When we take a look at Flare here on the Coinbase chart, the USD pair, we can get more accurate wave counts and targets, and the reason for that is because there's more liquidity. I know if you go on CoinMarketCap, it may say that BitTrue has a little bit more liquidity than all the other exchanges. However, I think the liquidity that they're providing is skewed, and we can see that there's more liquidity here because we have less wicks to the upside. You see, if you go on the Flare USDT BitTrue chart, you see how much wicks you have over here, and it's very, if you go on the 4-hour, it's very, like, the candles look very scattered. So my advice to you is whenever you're charting Flare, go on the USD chart on Coinbase, just so it's a little bit more accurate. What we see over here is a 5-wave move to the upside with an extension in the 5th wave. Now, usually you get wave 5 extensions in crypto because it's such a highly over-leveraged market, and you have a lot of hype, FOMO, and people going crazy on social media. Okay, and we can see that it's extended because we see that the 5th wave perfectly extended right up to the 1.236. Okay, right over here. You see how we perfectly came up to that 1.236 there? Right here. Okay, perfectly came up to that 1.236. Before we had that wave 5 extension, we had what's called a Elliott wave triangle right over here. Okay, this is your triangle pattern for wave 4. It usually occurs in wave 4s. And then you have what's called an ABC correction. Okay, it's currently on the 1.382 when we measure this C wave. And the 1.618 is just below it at 0.01589. Okay, what we can also do is take a fib from the very low up to this high. And the 61.8% fib is just in between here. Okay, so let's take a look here. Okay, so these are your DCA levels. And then let's say it bottoms out here at this 61.8% fib in the first overheated zone. Let's take a look at our targets over here. And we'll take a look at the 100% and anything above it, all the way up to the 1.702. Okay, and what do we see here? We see that your 100% fib is sitting right there at 12 cent. And when we take a look at your BitTrue chart over here that has the full history, we do see that the 50% was sitting right there. So if we go here, take a look at the Flare BitTrue chart and then take a look on the 2-day time frame, you can see that your 50% is sitting right there at 13 cent. You guys see that? And then if we go towards the 1.382, it's sitting right there at 26 cents, so right over here. This should be over here. Okay, and then the 1.618 is sitting at 40 cent, and the 1.702 is at around 47 cents, so around this region, and we can see that over here, the 702. So it may come up to 40 cent and then wick to 47. But these three levels are the first 3 point of interest, and then you can also skim some profit here as well at the 1.236. Okay, and we've had our first leg in the market, and this does look like a bull flag. Okay, so this is your flag. This over here is your flagpole. And when we copy and paste the flagpole to find the technical target, it's sitting around there at the 100% fib at 12 to 13 cent. So we're likely going to see some resistance come in here. Then we're going to come down and then come up for your come up to the higher retracements at around 26-40 cent region. Okay. Let's go back and take a look at Flare here on the BitTrue chart just so we can see the macro perspective. And what we see over here is trendline liquidity. So whenever you have a trend line in the markets, you're likely going to have liquidity resting above it. So it's likely we'll go ahead and move towards this trend line liquidity and take out and tap the targets that are above it. So yeah, the 50% is right there at the trend line, but I expect it to come up here, have a little bit of a throwback, and then continue up to take out your trend line liquidity towards your 618 and then your 702 over here. And then maybe we'll see a retrace like this. It'll be some type of complex retracement, and then we can consider this a inverted head and shoulder. Here's your left shoulder, here's your head, here's your right shoulder, and then we continue off from there. Or we just continue the trend down, but we'll have to see how price action plays out. And let's not forget the 78.6% fib here. Okay, because there is a possibility that after we have a pause in the markets, it continues up towards your higher fibs and then possibly makes a double top over here, double top like structure. And then it comes down from there for your bear market. Because currently this, when we zoom into this, right, this is your first leg in the market. So this is either your A wave or your wave 1. Okay, so that means that this over here is a B wave. This C wave would mean that, the next leg in the market would either mean that this is a C wave in which we finish up from there, and then go into our bear market. But if it's a third wave, then we'll come down for a wave 4 and then continue to go up for your wave 5. Okay? So it'll look like this. So this is your A, B, and then your C. So this is your A, B, and then your C wave. Okay. This would be over here. Let me just straighten this out here. This would be right here. Okay, it's also acting as your mitigation block. You guys see this? How it was acting as support over here? It would likely act as resistance here. So around that 19 to 26 cent region. And to find this 19 cent level, all I did was take a fib from this high in August down to the bear market low instead of taking it from the very high, and just looked at the 702. So around 19 to 26 cent is where you'd want to take profit. And then if this is if this isn't a wave C, then it's likely a wave 3, so it would come down, right? Do some type of complex correction and then continue up from there to around 41 to 66 cent. Could even go to the 886 over here. Okay, there's a possibility of that. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and if you want to stay updated with Flare along with all the targets, exit zones, and all of your favorite coins, then click the link in the description below to join the Discord. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Peace out and take it easy. See you in the next one.